This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com.
Hey everybody, one of my all-time favorite companies in the world is Chip Theory Games. I don't think there's a company out there that has the inventiveness, the creativity, the uniqueness, and some of my favorite games of all time. Too Many Bones, Cloud Spire, Burn Cycle, I really, really love. And, I can go on and sit here and talk for hours and hours about how great their games are. But recently, I don't have all the Gearlocs. So I had asked if there was any way that I could be sent the one Gearloc that I really wanted to play, because I just thought that this guy was just badass. Plain and simple. And that's my boy Gasket. Okay? So I'm going to be doing, during the time that I take off a little bit, I'm going to be playing my boy here, Gasket. Okay? But hold on there, my friends. Hold on. This is more of pimping something out, but really just adding a little bit more theme. And they have made also these fantastic Gearloc brass mag miniatures. And I've decided that to do my playthrough, I wanted to paint Gasket out of here, and I'm going to be painting all these, and you'll see this over the next month or two, some paint jobs. But I've already went out and I started working on my boy here. Now this thing here I actually got for Father's Day from my daughter, which is really fantastic. It is from a company called Foxbite. Now my hands aren't good anymore. Yeah, I'm old. What am I going to tell you? But it has these interchangeable parts, and I don't want to make this all about this, but my daughter is awesome. And you can grab it certain ways. You can get control of your brush by using these metal pieces. But I'm going to be working on Gasket here, and I'm going to be showing you some really unique things that I'm going to do with my boy here, because we're going to get him all painted up and ready to go, because it's going to be all out war. But my little magnetic thing here and my little holder here, it's going to give us a little better view of what I'm going to be doing with Gasket. So without further ado, let's go down to the table and get to work. Now, I really want this to stand out a certain way. So I'm going to be taking what you can get at pretty much just any hobby store, is some graphite powder, because I really want to get that graphite feel, that metallic kind of feel to it. And I just don't feel that if I just use a lead belcher or something like that, as you can see, I'm just really just kind of going in there and grinding it in there. And you're just going to take this powder. As you can see, I have a little bit on here, I have a little bit on my little piece of cardboard here, and I am just really taking this brush, and it's almost like polishing it with the powder. It gives a very unique feel, and you want to make sure that you get enough on your brush, because it does something that I just don't think lead belcher or a silver would do as well. And I top a little bit of this off. I really get it on my brush and I work it in there, and it is a very unique look. And you're going to want to, let me pull this out of here, because I don't need to have any kind of control over this right now. But this is really, this thing is really good for my hands. And just getting the powder, and you want to make sure that you have a good amount, because it's going to go over that black very, very, very well. And all you want to do is just very simply use a nice simple black, flat black primer, excuse me. And it really works very, very, very well over this. So what you're going to do is you're going to take and really just utilize this into these very unique angles, because it really brings out a very unique metallic look, which is kind of, it's not a bright silver that you're going to find on the cover, for instance, here. And I'm going to move this out of the way here. You've got this kind of unique metallic look, and you can see there's brass there, which we could have left the brass, but we're going to repaint the brass on, and we're going to be doing some very unique things here. So I really kind of want to just really take this graphite powder and really grind it in there and really get a unique metallic look here. And because this is metal, the tack doesn't keep the big fella on here as well. But you know, the nice thing about this is you can move it around, and I just hold it down a little bit and just start really kind of grinding in here a little bit. And I'm getting a very unique metallic look I'm really looking for. And that's what I'm looking for, and hopefully it shows up on camera. So I'm going to take a little bit more of this graphite and really grind it in here, and I'm going to show you when I'm done, and I'm going to show you what I do from there. Next, I'm just using some retribution armor here, and all I want to do is just kind of, I want to get this as a base coat, because I'm going to dull this up, not dull it up, but I'm going to brass it up a little bit. So I'm just going around and just getting some of the areas that I want to get. His knee pads, which show a little bit of a brassy look, so I want to do that. And I'm going to just kind of go around this tank here, which has this fluid in it. It's almost kind of a noxious fluid, but we'll take a look at that after we get this base here down pretty good. And we'll come back. Did his knee pads in there, trying to his blades here, kind of just want to touch those a little bit, make sure that we get those on both sides, trying not to get where we don't need to be. And then we'll be back. Now, one of the most important parts of this bad boy is taking this oxidized technical paint here, because he has like a lot of this kind of rust over him, or oxidization there, and it particularly shows right. Oops. Don't worry, I won't edit that out. Right in the middle here, right? Because that's a main focal point. And you may have to do this a couple times over this. Okay? So it just comes out just right. So that's going to be there. But then, like on the plate here, on the edges, you just kind of want to just touch a little here, over the top here. You get a little bit here. Alright, so you kind of just lightly work it in certain little areas, because it's where it kind of shows. Just brush the edges here a little bit, okay? Over the top, over the metallic top here, right in the right hand corner, you just want to just brush a little in there. He gets a little on his knuckles. Just take and just try to work your edges and your joints there a little bit. And you don't need a lot of this to sell it. The other thing is you're going to have to put numerous. It looks like the stuff inside here is almost like oxidized water in a way. Oxidized water. And what you're going to want to do is put a couple of coats of this in here. You wait for it to dry, and I'm going to put a couple coats, but we'll definitely show you what happens when it is
after this dries a little bit and I put a couple coats on. We'll show you how it turns out. Now, once that dries, I'm going to take this purple shade. It's a Duchette purple or whatever. It is a shade from Citadel. Because if you really look at the box a little bit, and I'm trying to come close a little bit, but you can see it, there's a lot of like purples in there. And I think it might go well over the graphite. So I'm going to take a chance. I mean, what's the worst I could do? Have happen, right? So I tried it a little bit, and I really kind of liked how it went on. So I'm going to very lightly work this into certain areas and let this kind of sit there, and it brings a little darker hue to my boy Gasket here. Okay, and I kind of like how it goes on. It's something that's a little bit different, and it dries very, very dull and strong over the metallic, and that's what I'm liking about it, because it's starting to kind of feel a little bit like Gasket there. So I'm going to work this in here and see how this goes over the graphite, and I think it just gives this very unique dried out metallic kind of look here. And you can see it dries pretty quick over the graphite, and I like what it's doing. So I'm going to work it in here and just kind of get that to where I like it. I don't want to smother it on. I mean, you can, but I don't want to wash out that graphic either. The graphite graphic. Boy, I'm just fumbling over my words today. Man, I really like this hand holder thing. I've never used one of these, but now that my arm's no good, and I don't want to dull that up over there, but I still have this really unique metallic feel to it, which I'm really liking a lot. Okay, and for me, it kind of dulls him up exactly what I wanted to do. Alright, so I'm going to let that dry for a bit, and then we'll be back. So now I'm going to take some Agrath Earthshade and go over some of those areas. There's a couple areas that are kind of brownish on them. So like over in this little handle here. So I'm going to go and mix that with the purple a little bit and kind of work that in there. Kind of go over these areas. I'm kind of being careful not to. I think I'm going to go over some other things again, but this tank, I don't want that to be one-dimensional, so I kind of want to use the Agrath in there to darken it up, to make it look like it's we have no idea what's in that tank, right? But definitely going over that tank and just working that over there. And this is such a simple thing to do, folks. Okay, and it just, I could probably just take a little bit of my brush there. If you feel you got too much on there, and you can kind of just wipe it a little bit, but I don't want to, because I kind of like what I'm doing here. And I don't want to take that purple away, but I kind of want to add a little brown here, a brown highlight in here a little bit, and just darken them up, and just try to give that feel that he's a little different, isn't he? A little different. And really just kind of let that dry now and see where we end up. So just a quick look. This was just such a quick, I did this in pretty quickly. It just got to let it finish drying. I'm pretty happy with it. I kind of got that darkness that they wanted to highlight here. Might touch up a few areas just to be a little different, but he's, once he dries, he's ready to go, and we are going to be playing Too Many Bones with him, and I'm excited because I really like this character a lot. I think he's really cool, and really quick, and these beautiful miniatures. They're heavy, they're metal, brass, and painting over them with the graphite and everything really gives it a unique feel, and I really enjoy that. So let's go up top, get my final thoughts on this. And if you want to get one of these things, because there's so many different pieces that go with it, you can check out Fox Bright. Okay, very unique thing. It's all magnetic, which is neat because you can utilize depending on what you're painting. So I like it a lot. It helps my hands a real lot. So let's go up top and get on out of here. Very simple paint job. I like working with the graphite powder. It gives this unique metal feel to it, and then anything you put over it, it really kind of, it binds together and really does some unique things. I'm really happy with this guy. I think he, you know, just kind of showing him off to you again. I like the darkness of him, and we're going to be taking him on an adventure during playthrough the months that I am going to be away, taking some time. You'll be seeing a playthrough, which I'm going to be recording as soon as this guy dries. Okay, so just so much fun painting these characters. We're going to be painting more of the Gearlocs. I think you'll really enjoy it. You can leave them brass the way they are. I think they're fantastic, but to have a painted miniature, I always feel that brings a little bit more theme to it. Not that that game needs any theme, but you get behind your character a little bit more. So of course, another great job by Chip Theory Games. This is what they do. They just make wonderful, fantastic stuff. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. And until next time, it's old Pal Rom. We'll see you soon, everybody.